Listen, we all got problems. We all got issues. We all have challenges. We all have things that stress us out. We all have a story. We all have a past. No one is unique to that. The thing is, what are you doing to heal your problems, your stresses, and your issues? Are you really actively trying to find solutions? Or are you just complaining online and finding groups of people online to complain with? You know, the thing about online, the thing about the internet is that misery loves company. That's always been the case, internet or no internet. With the internet, it's easier for people that are miserable to come together and wallow in their misery. Don't be that person. Be solution oriented. Take time to find ways to heal. Take time to find ways to problem solve. Take time to find ways to learn to critically think. Don't be a sheep out here in stress. Be a victor. Find victory. Find ways to win. Find ways to succeed. If you have money issues, there's plenty of books out here. There's plenty of videos out here. There's plenty of teachers out here. There's plenty of classes. There's plenty of courses. If you're having love issues, there's plenty of relationship coaches. There's plenty of books to read. There's plenty of information out there. You just have to think critically and not find one of these relationship coaches that's just going to put you deeper in misery. Because most of these relationship coaches, unfortunately, on the internet, they just prey on your misery, prey on your insecurity, and make you usually hate the other sex. If you're having an issue with money, an issue with love, an issue with your spirituality, there's spiritual coaches, there's spiritual teachers. Again, you have to think critically and be wise and vet the people in all cases that you bring into your life and the people that you choose to tune into. And you have to remember, again, misery loves company. So you have to find people that look like they're happy, are genuinely happy, and are genuinely successful. But stop wallowing, stop complaining, stop telling yourself that this won't happen or that won't happen or I'm broke or I can't find love or I can't find anybody to do this or I don't know how I'm going to do this. Stop talking to yourself like that. Talk to yourself like you are God. Talk to yourself like you are one with the Most High. Talk to yourself like you are one with your ancient ancestors that came here before you and enabled you with the ability to problem solve, enabled you with the ability to have opportunities that they never had. Your ancestors, your mother, father, great-grandfather, great-grandmother, they didn't have the internet. They didn't have the access to information that you have. They didn't have the access to the technology that you have. They didn't have the ability to problem solve as quickly as possible. You're depressed, you're stressed. Figure out a way to wean yourself off those pills, to wean yourself off those drugs and find natural herbs like St. John's wort, like ashwagandha, like exercise. There's a scientific study that proved that if you exercise for at least 3 months, you will alleviate depression, you will alleviate most of your anxiety, and you will be able to problem solve, and you'll be able to handle the challenges of life much more efficiently because you're healthy. But the easy way is to take a drug. The easy way is to take a pill. The easy way is to say, oh, I'm broke, I'm not going to make it, I'm not going to learn any new skills, and I'm just going to watch Netflix and YouTube and whatever, gossip videos all day and sports all day and play video games all day. But are you taking control of your life? Are you putting life in your own hands? Are you problem solving? Do you know your purpose? Have you ever looked at an astrological chart to see what your purpose is, to see what your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, to see the influences that you have, to see what direction you could go in? Are you living someone else's dream? Are you living in someone else's fantasy, or are you living in a fantasy that is driven by the internet? This is a metaverse as on its own. This is not the real world. Get out into the real world. Go out in nature. Talk to real people. Make real friends in the real world. Talk to real girls in the real world. Talk to real guys in the real world. Most people online are just talking. But when you see them in real life, they're not that person. Get to know people for real. Become confident. Become brave. Become bold. These are the things that we really have to start focusing on. Being self-accountable, being self-responsible, becoming critical thinkers, becoming in tune with the divine within us, becoming in tune with the God within us, whether that's through prayer, whether that's through meditation, whether that's through ritual. Whatever tools that you need to get one with the one source that is channeling energy through your body right now, that is allowing your heart to beat without your conscious direction. And once you start to do that, that will lead you to a sense of personal responsibility, personal accountability. Can't blame the white man. It's 2022. You have the internet. You could be whoever you want. You could be whatever avatar you want behind the screen. Even worse with the metaverse. You could be a cat, dog, cow, whatever you want to be. But you have to take life in your own hands. You cannot continue to wait for someone to do something for you. You cannot depend on the government. You cannot depend on the media. You cannot depend on the news. You cannot depend on your family members. You have to learn to depend on yourself. And once you do that, then you'll know how to attract others that think like you. Then instead of forming simple relationships, you will form family. Family, even people that are not your blood or not part of your bloodline, they will become your family. Whether they're lovers or whether they're friends, they will become your family. And family is what leaves legacy. Not relationships, not boyfriends and girlfriends, not partnerships, but families is what leave legacy. And that's one of the goals of 2022. So while we're on these devices, while we're on these machines, let's really take a hard look at ourselves, take a hard look on where we want to go in 2022, take a hard look on what we need to alleviate, or what we need to be responsible for, or what we need to analyze, and what we need to leave back in 2021, who we need to leave back in 2021, the ideas, the mentality we need to leave back in 2021, the distractions that take us away from getting healthy, from learning a new skill, from finding out ways to communicate effectively, from learning how to think critically, from not just taking a meme that we see online and running with it, but taking the 1 minute it takes to look it up and make sure that it's true, so we're not just regurgitating what we heard from someone else. How to vet people, how to win friends and influence people, how to network, how the stock market works. What's a Dun and Bradstreet number? What's a cryptocurrency? What's an NFT? A lot of times we invest in things and we're stressing and putting our emotions into things that really don't benefit us in one way, shape, or form. It's merely entertainment, and it's making us more stressed out, more fearful, more uncertain, and having more doubt. And what happens after that? Someone comes to sell you something so that you could feel better about yourself, like some designer clothes that only melanated so-called black people wear, so you could feel better. Designer goods so you could feel better. Designer cars so you could feel better. When the rich people don't even wear designer clothes. When real rich people they don't wear designer clothes. They're not wearing big gold chains or anything like that, but they'll sell you these. They're not wearing diamond blings like that, but they'll sell you these things to feel better because they know that you're really insecure. And you're thinking that the Matrix, and you're thinking that gaining things in the Matrix is what's going to make you better. You're thinking that AKA designer, AKA massive clothes is going to make you feel better and make you win in life. You're thinking that being alpha is what's going to make you win in life. You're thinking that being the baddest bitch, that's what's going to make you win in life if your body looks a certain way. if you act a certain way. No, act like you want to solve the problems in your life. Act like and act like you are one of God's chosen ones. Act like you are a divine being. Act like you are one of the best things on earth. And not from the ego, but because you are a divine being. And know that you are here and have the ability to solve any issue, any challenges, heal any trauma that befalls you. Psalms 82:6, do you know not that ye are gods and sons of the Most High? Let's get it together in 2022. Let's use this internet for what it needs to be used for. Let's set goals, work on our goals, and sacrifice what we need to sacrifice in order to be our best selves. Peace, power, and prosperity to all of y'all.